Hi, I'm Sarah Williams, and I would like to welcome Don Montgomery. Hello, Don.
Hello.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
You
Thank
have
you.
made it to the runoff for
Yes.
Solicitor General.
Yes.
Okay, first off, before we even go any further, there are a lot of people out there saying the only reason that you moved to Richmond Hill was to run for this position. Is that true?
No, the reason I moved to Richmond Hill is because my wife told me I was moving to Bryan County.
Okay, I understand that.
My wife is an attorney also. When she stopped, when we had our 5-year-old twins, she stopped practicing as a lawyer and she started working at our children's daycare. So she got involved in the education community, and she said we were raising our kids in Bryan County and they were going to go to school in Bryan County. So we knew we were going to move to Bryan County, and the housing market the way it is, it took a while for us to get our house sold and get moved here. I had already been filling in as the backup prosecutor here for a while, and no one knew that that position was going to come open. No one knew that Judge Carney was going to retire. No one knew that, well, at least the public didn't know.
Right.
And no one knew that the current solicitor was going to take that position or run for that position. But I'd already been filling in for him. Ray Smith had wanted me to be his backup because he knew about my experience and how I could handle the job. Once it became known that he was going to be moving up to the judgeship, I was asked to run for the position. People that know the court system and know my experience wanted there to be a smooth transition and wanted the criminal court to be handled properly, wanted a prosecutor that already knew how to do the job.
So even though you've only actually lived here for a few months, you're very familiar with Bryan County, and this is something that you kind of had on the back burner for a while in the back of your mind, that when you got to Bryan County you might like to do something in the political arena.
Well, no, I
Really?
never knew I would be running for office. When I came here as the backup, nobody knew that this position was going to become open.
Right.
I had assumed that Ray Smith was going to be the prosecutor here for a long time.
And you would just continue to do backup.
I would just be the backup. I would continue with my private practice, enjoy prosecuting in the several cities that I do back up in, but I didn't know that a position like this would come open. But again, when it did become known that it would become open, people that had seen what I've done around Southeast Georgia prosecuting in different places and have seen me in court, they understood that this is a one-person job. It's a solicitor's office where you have to know what you're doing from day one. This isn't a prosecutor's office where you come to learn how to be a prosecutor. This is a prosecutor's office where you've got to protect the people from Bryan County from day one.
Talking about protecting the people from for Bryan County, the people of Bryan County. Right now, there's a lot going on in Chatham County,
Yes.
and actually in the whole world, and so how do you propose to keep all of us in Bryan County safe? Do you have background in this as far as, being able to keep people safe? Tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, I started out, I was a police officer for 10 years. That kind of gives me a perspective and an advantage that friends of mine who are lawyers say is a fairly unfair advantage, because I get to see, in my mind's eye, I can see the perspective of the officer. So when I sit down with a police officer to review a case, they know I have a law enforcement background. Our interaction is different. We can talk on a different level because I've been there and I've seen what they do. Also, I've been the prosecutor, I've been the defense attorney, I've sat as a judge, so I've seen all the different parts of a criminal justice case. Now, the thing that I can bring to the table, I've worked with diversion programs. I've helped set up programs that help relieve the tension off of the court system. It's not just about punishing people, it's about also helping people not commit the same crimes over and over again. It's been proven over and over that just punishment is not the answer. You also have to implement some kind of programs where you find out what's causing these problems and then get the person to change their behavior. The other thing that I bring to the table is to know when not to do that. At some point, you do have to stand up and you have to say no, and you do have to get somebody found guilty, and you do have to put them in jail. And the way you do that in the criminal justice system is you walk into the courtroom and you try the case in front of a judge or a jury, and you convince the people that this person is guilty and that they should be punished. It's not just about tearing up tickets and being nice to everybody. You do have to be able to try a case. My experience is jury trials. I tried 14 jury trials my first year as a prosecutor. I've tried more jury trials in that 1 year than I think my opponent has in his entire career. I have endorsements from police officers. I have endorsements from sheriffs. I have endorsements from officers that live in Bryan County and want Bryan County to be safe. I've tried over 5,000 cases in over 8 different local jurisdictions. I've been asked by cities to help set up their diversion programs to relieve the stress from the court system. My resume and my background, experience really matters in this
Right.
election.
So that's my question then. We're going in sometime between now and July 25th, is that right?
July 26th.
July 26th, and when
July-
does early voting start?
July 5th through July 22nd is early voting.
Okay,
And then July 26th is actually the runoff. But being the end of the summer, school getting ready to start back up and vacations, we really know that early voting is going to probably be where the most votes come, because it is the end of this summer. People are on vacation, they're getting ready
Right.
for school. We're asking people to come out and vote early. And
is there any specific reason too that you want people to come out and vote early?
Well,
Didn't you tell me the other day that it might be your birthday?
July 6th is my birthday. It
Right.
just happens to be the day after early voting starts.
Right, so a
And there
good
have
birthday
been-
present would be?
Well, a lot of my supporters and a lot of people that voted for me the first time around have said they are going to choose that day in particular to vote for me and give me the birthday present of the most votes. I was able to take the most votes in early voting the first time around. But unfortunately, that makes me the underdog. Usually the
Right.
person with the most votes in the first part of the election, they lose their voters when they come back around because they think they already won.
Right.
But in this case, it was very close. But experience really does matter. I mean, the people of Bryan County need to know that the person that's handling the protection for them in the court system isn't doing it for the first time and isn't prosecuting their first jury trial, has done it in the past and knows how to do it, and also has the endorsement and the backing of people that know the court system.
Great, great, great. Well, happy birthday in July. Happy
Thank
July
you.
birthday. And make sure to get out there and vote. Don Montgomery running for Solicitor of Bryan County. And make sure to get out there and vote. Your vote does count. It is important, and it's important to the future of our county. Thanks so much, Don.
Thank you.